Hi, this is Tim O'Malley, Humanities 310 final presentation. It's entitled Psychology of Power. To break down my title, I included some definitions. First of all, psychology is a scientific study of the human mind and its functions. And secondly, to tie that in with the science, is the psychological science. Power is defined as the capacity to alter another person's condition or state of mind by providing or withholding resources such as food, money, knowledge, and affection, or administering punishment such as physical harm, job termination, or social ostracism. Many similarities between the two stories, Heart of Darkness, Apocalypse Now. Both are set in the remote jungles, Congo in the Africa and Cambodia. Protagonists become obsessed with Kurtz. In Heart of Darkness, you had Marlowe, who becomes intrigued with all the rumors of Kurtz being a great man and a top producer of ivory. And in Apocalypse Now, you see a few scenes with Willard poring over Kurtz's dossier, trying to get in the mind of Kurtz. The use of dark psychology power. Both protagonists were in similar missions. Marlowe was sent to relieve Kurtz, who was the first agent, top producer of ivory, and bring him home. And in Apocalypse Now, Willard was sent to terminate the rogue military officer of Kurtz. Both were at a representation of death and evil in Kurtz, and both had a long, arduous journey. Both had long river journeys before they could see or meet with Kurtz. Heart of Darkness. Conrad uses darkness as metaphors for mental awakening and for the representations of death, evil, and emptiness. A lot of dark references in this novella: dark river, dark people, dark jungle, etc. Kurtz's devastation to the land and its people are overlooked by mythical reputation and the ability to be top producer of ivory. A lot of the company people seem to be preoccupied with the ivory trade, and I think they overlooked a lot of what was going on at that time. Savagery amongst the Congo tribes become reality. Marlowe, when he arrives and views it firsthand. Marlowe sees the devastation Kurtz has created with the heads on the poles and all the dead bodies scattered. New imperialism in Africa in this time point, 1885 to 1914. The new imperialism movement had a devastating effect on the people and the resources of Africa. The European invasion is the root cause for hundreds of tribal wars, even today. Includes apartheid in South Africa, which is related to British and Dutch rule, Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, all were civil wars as a result of the Belgian occupancy. Apocalypse Now, the title kind of sets the tone for the film. Apocalypse means the end of the world. Kurtz's psychological power was very evident in the servitude of the remaining soldiers in his unit and the Viet Cong that served him. Dead bodies strewn all along the riverbanks, human heads on poles in their compound had a psychological impact. This is another dark side, the psychological power of Kurtz. The corpses add to the dark psychological setting where there's appears to be evil lurking everywhere there. Willard sees temptation before being worshipped by Kurtz's hundreds of followers. This is the final scene after Willard had killed Kurtz. He's seen by the Viet Cong covered in Kurtz's blood with a machete in his hand, and they all begin to bow in front of him. It's then he realizes that the dark control power Kurtz had over those people, and it could be his at this time. There was a moment of hesitation where I think he was tempted to take that. Dark psychology is the study of human condition as it relates to psychological nature of the people to prey upon others. Um, this novella and the film incorporates dark images, light and dark. This is another example. Um, the time this was written, it was the imperialist movement was in full swing in Africa, and I think that was just the ideals of that time. I don't think they related to today's politically correct ideals. Uh, the Science of a Better Life website claims that once people assume positions of power, they are likely to act more selfishly, impulsively, and aggressively, and they have a harder time seeing the world from other people's point of view. So this is another uh, idea of the consumption of the psychology of power. Not only that both Kurtzes have rule through their power, but they also succumb to their own point of view. Both Kurtzes were respected men, but deviated from their original purpose and were consumed by psychological power. And finishing up here, both the novella and the film were both enjoyable. They captured the symbolism of darkness and evil, psychological power. Uh, to finish up, I really enjoyed the experience dissecting this novella and the film, digging deeper into the stories, digging out the light and dark imagery, and comparing the psychology of power. I finished up with a quote: "Unlimited power is apt to corrupt the minds of those who possess it." That's a quote from a British politician named Lord Acton. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you.